Sitting on the chair, making sure the feet are hip distance apart, the thighs parallel. Resting the hands lightly on the thighs, letting the elbows dangle straight down from the shoulders. Just take a moment here. Draw the belly in, lift the chest up, and we'll just take 3 nice long collective breaths together. In through the nose and out through the nose. So allowing yourself to arrive, to notice as you're sitting maybe a little bit differently in a chair, if there's any clenching in the hips or the thighs, any rounding in the shoulders and the shoulder tips back. So just observing the body, just like you were sitting across, making any subtle changes that you need to fully relax and to breathe. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then as you relax the breath, blink open the eyes. And let's take that nice warm mug and wrap the hands around it. Maybe take a sip. And as the palms are nice and warm, take the palms and very lightly cup them over the eyes. Close the eyes down just for a moment. Let the heat from the palms begin to relax the skin, the muscles around the eyes. Keep the breath fluid in through the nose and out through the nose. And then blink the eyes open under the palms. Shoulders are soft. So we're not in any hurry here. The idea is just to soften through the eyes and the forehead. And gently release that. And let's take another sip of coffee. Warm the palms again. Setting it aside. Bring the palms so the heels of the hands are right at the chin. Allow the palms to just rest right along the jaw. And as the warmth comes into the jaw, can you release the jawbone? Can you release the tongue from the top of the mouth? No tension in the shoulders. We're just reaching up here. Just feel into the face. And then releasing that, bring your 2 index finger and middle finger, thumbs underneath the chin. And just begin to do a little bit of a pinch into the chin, the bottom of the jaw. Just bring some blood flow up to the surface of the skin and maybe travel that up the jawline to right underneath the ears and back down. Maybe little circles to massage all the way down to the chin. And reversing those circles, taking them all the way back up the jawline. Pausing to that space, that little indentation right behind the jaw, right there under the earlobe. And maybe just give yourself a nice little massage there. Feel into the space in the neck. And then come back down the jawline. And as you work your way back up now, just walk the fingertips from the upper jaw to the temples. Take a nice, like pulsating 2 fingers here, like how does a cat, somebody who has a cat can tell me how they just kind of knead with their fingers. So just the temples, maybe travel that across the forehead. back to the temples, back to the top of the jaw, underneath the ears, and then little pinches again, all the way back down to the chin. Nice, release that, maybe shake out. Last time, take a nice sip of your hot beverage, warm the hands. And as we always do, bring the fingertips to the back of the upper trapezius. Press the finger pads into the skin, and then taking a nice deep breath. As you exhale the breath, begin to allow those fingertips to just travel deep over those top shoulder muscles, all the way down to the collarbone. Nice and slow. Take a couple taps. And again, as many times as you need, press in and drag forward and pause. Like I feel a spot right on my left. I'm just going to pause there and I'm going to compress that. I'm going to use my breath. The exhales will always give you permission to soften the body. And then take it forward. Nice and easy. And then we'll release the hands back to rest lightly, right on the thighs. Shoulder tips back, back of the head back. With the in-breath, sit up nice and tall, draw that belly and pelvis in. And as you're ready, nose heads down towards the mat. So we're double chinning here, bringing some length into the back of the neck. Inhale nice and slow, bring the chin back up. 4 more. Feel into the back of the neck here as you draw that chin down and in. Head is not falling forward. And inhale, we'll bring it right back up. With your breath, take 3 more. Lengthening the back of the neck, feeling into any tension maybe at the base of the skull. Use your breath, stay for as long as you need. Last one, head returns to normal. Taking a glance, head to the right, gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale slowly, bring it back to center. We'll take 4, you use your breath, your movement, noticing again your range of motion on this side. Maybe noticing how far back the gaze will take you. Take 1 or 2 more. Use breath work here. As you return to center, pause, relax through the shoulders, establish that core nice and tight, and let's take it left. Big inhale first, belly's in. Exhale, head rotates left. Notice any difference, right and left, center. Exhale, left. Take 3 more on your own, inhaling as you come to center and exhaling as you rotate. And release back to center. This time, again, make that double chin, drop that chin down. And we're just going to take right ear, right shoulder, nice and easy. Chin is up. Drop the chin towards that shoulder. Like a pendulum, it comes back to center and take it over to the left. Working slow now, feeling into the muscles in the back of the neck, chin up. When you're ready to rotate, chin falls towards the shoulder, drops down to the center of the chest and right ear over to right shoulder. Take 3 more, nice and slow. And with each one of these, it's really always important to just say, where do I feel this? And do I need to pause here? It's your practice. It's your body. And dropping that chin back to the chest as you're ready. We'll lift the head back to that normal position. So a good place for your strap. If you need the strap here, just bring it close by. On the inhale, take that right arm out to the side, bend the elbow and bring it behind you. If you can, clasp the left bicep. So you snuggle that arm in nice and tight. If that's not available to you, because this is a big opening through that right shoulder joint, you can just rest the arm lightly on the back, just like this with the back of the hand. The hand resting on the bicep just, again, opens up the opposite shoulder tip. Good. And as you arrive here, take that stretch. Right ear to right shoulder. That right shoulder dropping back and away because of the clasp behind the back. Easy breath. And release, head comes back up, release the arm, and we'll just shrug that out. We'll take it to the opposite side. So again, if you can, reach that arm behind the back to the bicep. Sitting up nice and tall, draw the belly in. Let's take that head over again. Now left ear, left shoulder. We're holding these now, so breathe into shoulder tips back. And then release. We'll bring it right back up. Shrug the shoulders out. Giving ourselves a hug. Right hand comes to that left shoulder. Left hand on the right shoulder, so the elbows come together at center. Good, giving yourself a hug. So reaching back as far as you can, belly's in. As you're ready, drop those elbows down towards the body as you tuck in the chin. Inhale, lift those elbows up, any amount, small arch in the spine. Take 3 more. Use your breath here. Last one. Take the right hand out and over. Place it on top, restack through the shoulders, and let's take 3 more nice and slow again here. So this is always your option if eagle arms is going to be a little bit too much. Rounds through the upper back, so feel the shoulder blades separate as the elbows come down. And then they kind of squeeze together as you lift those elbows up towards the ceiling and drop them back down. So you can stay with this version, or you can bring those elbows back to neutral, release the hands, and find eagle. So my left arm is on top of my right. You can just bring the forearms together, or you can double bind. Draw those elbows up shoulder height, send the hands away from the face. So again here, use that hug position if that's better for you this morning. As you arrive here in your eagle arms, take a moment. Notice the broadness across the back. From here, as you draw the belly in, rotate, send those elbows over to the right, beginning to get a little bit of a twist into the side body. Don't take it too far. Inhale, comes back to center, belly's in. Exhale, take it left. Take 4 more slow rotations on your own. Elbows lead the way. Any option with the arms. We inhale to center and we exhale to the sides. Nicely done. Coming back to center now, make little circles with the elbows. Notice what that feels like in the shoulder joint. This is what our third movement like this, so it might be feeling a little tired. As you're building a little bit of strength, reverse that now. Take 3 nice, really slow circles the opposite way. And release that. Open up the arms. Wide, wide, wide. Take it the other way. Anyway, arms hugging in, forearms pressed, maybe the double bind, elbows up, bellies in. See if you can soften the shoulder blades down the back body. And let's take that rotation now. Over to the right. Inhaling back to center, elbows stay up, over to the left. 4 more on your own. Returning to center as you're ready. Little circles here. Shoulders, we really focus on those shoulder blades dropping down. Coming back to center again, just reestablish your core, elbows up. We're going to take this in now just like a cat movement. Elbows coming in towards the body. Head drops, chin tucks. Maybe the hands come down towards the knees. Pause here for a full breath. Back of the shoulder tips, finding some space, finding space between the shoulder blades. Take a deep breath behind the heart. As you relax the breath, relax the body. And inhale, we'll take it right back up. Switch one more time because I don't think we did that cat-cow on the other side. Raise the elbows, draw it in. And up. And this time, hold it down. Easy breath, easy body. Where do you feel this? And lift it up. And release it way out. And as you release way out, take that right hand, arm, draw it across the body. Place that right hand on that left shoulder. Take the left hand and press down on the elbow, nice and easy. Bring it in towards the body. So again, another stretch through the shoulder. If you'd like a little bit more, you can keep that arm extended, hook it with your elbow and draw it in. If you're taking this option, when you draw that arm in, let it drop. Let it be dead weight being held up by the left elbow. Notice a little bit more intensity in the opening in the back of the shoulder. Full breath. Exhale slow. Releasing that, open the arms up, back wide, wide, wide. This time, left arm comes across the body, left hand to rest on top of the shoulder. Right hand hugs that left elbow in towards the chest. Again, opening through that left shoulder. If you want a little bit more, same option. Extend that left arm out towards the right, hook it with that right elbow, draw it in. As you draw it in, drop the left arm. Heavy weight there. That lets all those muscles go so that you get a little deeper opening. Take a full breath. Let it go. Nice. Release wherever you are. Open those shoulders. Let them go wide and back. This time, right arm extends up. Bend the elbow. Drop that hand behind the heart space. Left arm extends up. reaches for the elbow. So we're going to press the hand into the elbow. We're going to press the head back towards the bicep. Hug the ribs in. We're not jutting out here. So we get a nice stretch from the elbow through the soft tissue under the arms. Draw the belly in with the breath. Release and relax the body on the exhale. Again, you can always deepen this by bringing the top hand behind you, reaching for fingertips, or using, as we said before, that strap into the top hand and pulling it down with the bottom. And I hate to use the word pulling, but that just allows some tension into the strap, deepening the stretch through the back of the arm. Beautiful. Gently release. Take the arms wide again, back behind you. We'll switch sides. Left arm extends, left arm bends, right arm reaches over for that elbow. Hug the elbow back, hug the ear into the bicep, draw the ribs and the belly in. Take a full deep breath. Again, if you want more, take the other two options, drawing the fingertips behind the back or using the strap. Each side is different. Each day is different, so we never expect the body, believe me, to be the same one day to the next. Big breath in. And exhale out. Whew. Release, draw the hands back down to the thighs. Take a couple shoulder rolls, nice and slow. Up to the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades. And reverse that, take it the opposite way. And as you return to a nice tall seat, pick up those shoulders, bring them to the ear and hold them tight, 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 tight. Drop them. 2 more times. Inhale fully. We're going to hold our breath, squeeze it up and release. Last time, up and down. Beautiful. Keep the hands on the knees. Again, sitting at the edge of your seat, feet nice and flat. Little torso. We're going to work into the spine here. So feel it out. Keeping these shoulders over the hips. We take that spine in all directions, front, back, and side. If your spine feels open this morning, you can make that movement a little bit bigger. Drawing in some shoulder movements, some elbow movements. If your spine feels a little tighter, crankier this morning, keep it little. Just feel in and just let the, I can never say it right, synovial fluid start making its way up and into the vertebrae. Let's switch it out. Take it the opposite way. Couple more, as big or as little. And we'll slowly rotate ourselves back to neutral. Good, a little bit of a cat-cow now, seated cat-cow, hands again, nice and light. I'm gonna bring mine to my knees. It just offers me a little bit more space. So draw the belly in with the inhale. And as you inhale, press into your knees or your thighs, lift the chest up, small arch in your spine. We're not gonna rush this. As you're ready for the exhale, we begin to round, tuck the chin in, make that nice C curve with the spine. Almost like rolling back onto your tailbone here. Slow as you can, the breath comes in through the nose. The chest lifts, the back arches, shoulders still soft, maybe the gaze lifts. Take 3 more on your own. Returning now to a neutral spine, sitting up nice and tall. Take the left hand And just place it lightly underneath the chair, just giving you a little bit of leverage there. Inhale, reaches the right arm up. So first find the extension, like one line between that hip point all the way to the fingers. Deep breath in. We're going to take a lateral bend to the left. So hold on to your chair here and take it over. Elbows back. Keep the chest open. And then take that arm back up and we'll switch sides. Right arm comes down, left arm lifts up, left arm goes over. Big breath. Let it go. Now you flow this up and switch. Lift and yeah. Keeping again, shoulders and elbows back. Okay. Finishing that rotation and coming back to the same side. Right arm lifts back up, find the extension, bend at the elbow, hand comes behind the head. Bring the spine to neutral here now. So if it helps you just to keep the hand on the thigh, that's fine, or hold on for some leverage. Big inhale, the head's gonna drop back into the palm of that hand, open up the throat and the front of the chest. And then as you're ready, we're gonna turn this into a spinal twist. So easy does it here. Draw the head back. Right elbow comes across the body towards that left knee. Feel the stretch right across the spine, belly's in. Inhale, brings it up, elbow back. Take 4, any amount now. Elbow crosses the body, heads towards the left side and back up. And you have 3 more. With breath, exhale all the air out as you curl in and round. Big breath to fill the body with energy and prana as you open up. Head is totally supported here. Last one. Opens up and then release. Make whatever movement that you need. Right arm extends up, bend the elbow. Good. From here, elbow back, open the chest, let the head drop back. And then begin to curl in and round now. Left elbow towards the right. Inhaling to open. And exhaling, drops it in. And open, take 3 more. Last one. Brings it up, pause there. And then release, come back to neutral, hands resting back on the thighs. Give me a cat and a cow just to rinse out the spine there. Tuck it in and then arch it. And coming back to neutral. Okay, feet hip distance apart. Interlace around the knee. So draw the belly in on the inhale, draw the knee in any amount towards the chest. Pause for a moment, then release. Switch sides, draw it in as far as you can and lower down. So take alternating here, let's take 5 each side. Just warming up the hip joint, warming up the glute. Maybe at the same time as you interlace, pull those fingers apart, getting some space in the knuckles. Next time you're back to that original side, that's my right side, pull it up and hold. So maybe the fingers come down towards the calf, flex through that foot. So as you draw that knee more towards the ribs, not the center of the chest, Flex that foot, spine is long, belly's in. Just begin to circle through the ankle. Early this morning here, so maybe you hear a couple cracks and pops. Come back to a flex, spread those toes wide and make a little fist. Wide and make a fist. Wide, big toe away from that little toe. Good, and then relax that, just kind of shake it out, and then point and flex. So again, as you flex, feel the engagement of that calf and the Achilles, and as you point down, I'd like you to notice the space on the top of your foot. A couple of those. Beautiful. Release the right foot down to the floor. Interlace around the left, draw in. And maybe here you slide the hands down. Pause here first, just to establish a nice tall spine, belly is in. And begin to point and flex. Circle through the ankle. Reversing when you're ready. Spreading the toes wide, drawing them in. Super wide, draw them in. Maybe just lift that big left toe, see if you can do that. Maybe the right toe lifts at the same time, the brain's working both toes. Anyway, find some movement in the toes. Circle that ankle out once again. And then slowly lower the left foot down. Take that right foot, extend it out in front of you so you're resting on the heel. Again, you're on the edge of your seat, belly's in, spine is tall. Press that heel away from you. Sit up tall. Then point the toe, send it away from you and draw it back in. So dorsiflexion in the ankle and then let it go as much as you can. Draw the right knee in, left leg extends out, press the heel down and away, beginning to feel length in the back of that neck. Then drop those toes down. Bring them back towards your shin and drop them down and back towards the shin. So mindful movement again, where do you feel this? Sometimes in the muscles along the shin as you're pointing that foot down. Maybe the calf and the back of the ankle as those toes come up. Last one. Okay, feet back flat on the floor. Draw the heels up as high as you can. Rest on the ball of the feet. Lower them down and lift. So let's take this about 10 times. Activating the calves, bringing a little bit of heat in. Belly's in. Notice your breath. No holding the breath here. Good. We'll all meet with the heels up, pause there, press into the balls of the feet. And then slowly lower down. And this time we're going to press into the heels and lift the toes and the balls of the feet up. Notice there's a little more difficulty here. And lower and lift. And lower and lift. Shins. Maybe you feel a little in the quads. Big breath. This time, press into the heels. Keep the balls of the feet, the toes lifted. Shoulders back. Breath is flowing. And release the feet back down to the mat. Pick up that left leg. Bring the right ankle over. Pick up the right leg. Bring the right ankle over the left thigh. Flex through the right foot. That figure 4 position that we know. Take the hand lightly inside the thigh or rest the forearm on the inner leg. Just to bring light weight in and begin to gently open up the side of the hip. So you move to your sensation, you move to your body. If this is way too much this morning, extend the left leg out, maybe even slide the right ankle down onto the shin. So you take what works for you. Just a really nice, gentle opening through the hip. Figure 4. Big breath in. Adding more weight, but not shifting the whole body forward. It's just weight of the hands here. And then keeping the figure 4 shape, take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Take that right hand behind you, maybe to the back of the chair, maybe down to the seat of the chair. What we don't want is to use so much leverage that we crank into the spine. Just some place to place the back hand so that you can get some length into the back body, and then take a spinal twist to the side. Just to the side. Don't let that knee float up. Maybe use your optic muscles to gaze behind you. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Inhale, we'll return to center. This time, just let that knee fall over, just like your eagle legs. Sit up nice and tall. Take a double bind in your eagle legs if you can. Bring both hands to the side of your chair. Lean back, but not where you lean back. You're stretching your back body into a nice long line without resting it on the back. On your inhale, eagle legs, you're still not going to get out of it. So draw the belly in, lift the chest. As you're ready, exhale, draw those knees in and let them come down. Inhales, the belly's in, supporting the spine, lift the knees and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Big breaths here. We're going to take 3 more. Little bit of strengthening into the hips. Little bit of core work. Unravel. Stretch the legs out, shake them out. Sitting back up nice and tall, switching sides, pick up the left knee. Left ankle on top of the thigh, flex through that right foot. Little bit of weight comes in, whether it's with your hand or the forearm resting. Nice tall spine. Remember, keep the chest lifted. This is all about the left hip here. It's a nice, easy breath. Relax through the body. We'll be here for 5 full breaths. On your next inhale, drawing the belly in, take that right hand outside that left knee. Bring the left hand behind you to rest on the back of the chair or the top of the chair, whatever is best for you. Keep that left knee floating towards the floor. Take the spinal twist here over to the side. Big breath in. And a slow breath out. Drop the shoulder tips down. Use your eye muscles to gaze behind. Nice. Bring it back through center. Slide the leg down so you're cross-legged. Or, again, if it's there for you, take the double bind. Bring the hands behind you so that you can lift the chest back straight. And we'll take our eagle leg crunch on this side. So take a full deep breath in, draw the belly in as you do. And on the exhale, lift the legs, knees any amount off the floor and lower. Keep the belly drawn in nice and tight. Use that core here. Build some strength into the hips as you lift and lower with breath. Yeah, these are fun, huh? Let's take 3 more. 1, nice and slow, shoulders back. Let the heart lift. As you finish your 3rd tap, lift those knees back up. Let's hold it for a full breath. Draw a full inhale in and a slow exhale out. Release the legs down, unravel, send them ahead of you, shake them out. So, coming back to the edge of your chair, we're going to just take some seated sun salutations. So inhale, lift the arms up to the ceiling. As you find your prayer, draw the prayer into the heart. Draw the hands to the knees. Fold over, let the hands slide down towards your toes. Belly to the thighs. Slide the hands back up the legs to the thighs. Open the arms. Find your prayer. Maybe a back bend and hands to heart. So you can do this with knees bent, or you can take the legs out straight. We're going to keep adding on here. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, prayers to the heart center. Hands find the upper thighs. Slide down the legs towards the toes. Pause here. Nice straight spine. Come back. Fingers up the legs to the thighs. Open up the heart. Arms extend up. Hands to heart. 3rd option, plant the feet wide. Feet parallel. Inhale, reach the arms up, hands to prayer. Draw the prayer through heart center, forward fold. If you're taking this option, chest comes between the legs, belly between the legs as you stretch through the spine in your fold. Fingertips to the mat as you half lift. And as you fold, and as you rise back up, hands up, hands to heart. So whatever option is good for you, I'm just going to lead legs straight here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands through heart. Bring them to the thighs. Slide down the legs. Keep the length in the spine. Reach for those toes. Draw the hands back up the legs. Circle those arms back out and up. Hands to heart. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Find the length. Slide the hands back. Send them out, send them up. Hands to heart. Okay, you can stay seated. Join me if you want to try the standing version with the chair. So as you come to stand, I'm going to try and show this from the side. Okay. So we're standing with our chair. Anytime balance is an issue, you know you've got a hand that you can place there. Inhale, you reach the arms up. Exhale, you take a fold swan dive. Bring those forearms down towards your chair. As you fold, drop the head, the forehead towards the chair seat. As you inhale, press into the palms, straighten the arms to a half lift. Nice straight spine, shoulder blades on the back. And then drop back down onto the forearms as you fold forward. Inhale, come back, all the way back up. Hands come up overhead, swan dive forward again. Come onto your forearms, drop the head. Lift those hips high, spine is straight. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, we rise back up. And exhale, last one, forward fold. Half lift. And fold. This time, pause here in your forearm, forward fold. We're going to step back to a plank pose. So before you move the body, just bring the hands to the edge of the seat. Hold on to the seat, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, shift the hips forward, shift the heart forward. Once you arrive here in your plank, send those heels back so you engage through your calves, lift the heart forward, gaze past your chair to the floor. We're here for 5 breaths. Heels stay back, belly's drawn in, breath is fluid. As you're ready, right foot steps forward, left foot steps forward, come down onto your forearms to fold. Press up to your palms on the seat, half lift. Exhale, we fold. And inhale, we come all the way back up. And we draw hands to heart. Moving into a supported warrior 3. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive to your forward fold, forearms on the chair, head hangs. Press through those palms as you find that half lift, chest is lifted, lengthen the back of the legs, and then fold forward. Press up, bring your hands to the middle of the mat. On your inhale, as you draw the belly in, shoulders are back, lift that right leg behind you. Press into that heel. Level out the hips. So this may be a balance challenge here. Bend into the standing leg a little bit. Bring the left hand to the small of the back, to the sacrum area. Balance the hips. If you point all 5 toes down, that helps drop that right hip. Pause here. Maybe you shift the weight into the left hand. You extend the right arm forward like we would do in our bird dog pose on the floor on all 4s. Take a deep breath, keep that right hip down, big breath. Then place the hand down, drop the head towards the cushion and let that right leg float up. So this is a stretch now into the back of the left leg. Belly's in. Full breath. Bend that top knee, bring the right foot back down. Press your way back to that half lift. Fold forward onto the forearms. Back is straight, head drops. And press into the feet, bend the knees. Rise back up. Arms extend up. Arms extend overhead, back bend if it's there. Swan dive forward again. Forward fold. Forearms on the chair. Half lift, straight spine. And fold. Bring the hands to the middle of the chair. As you press back up, arms straight, float the left leg back behind you. Modified warrior 3, all 5 toes pointing down. Take a breath. Press into the left hand, take that right hand to the sacrum. Level out those hips. And back down. Belly's in. Arms are nice and straight. And we'll bird dog it on this side. So with that left leg lifted, little gentle bend into the standing leg, extend the right arm out in front of you. Draw in your core, draw in your breath. Last one, hand comes back down, press into the hands, bend the elbows, lift that back leg as you lower your nose towards the seat. Standing splits modified. Full deep breath. Bend into that knee, drop the foot down to meet the right. Half lift here. Come down onto the forearms, forward fold. And then press into the feet, bend the knees. Brings it all the way up. And hands to heart. So without knowing what kind of a chair you have, we're going to move into a warrior two. So for me, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to come and sit on one corner of my chair, rotating from my left hip. I'm going to take my left knee and foot off to the side of the chair, and I'm going to extend my right leg out, pressing in through the foot and the blade edge of the foot. So you adjust yourself on the chair. And hopefully, Miss Barb, if I can see her, you good? You're good? So we want to open up through the groin. I know I'm watching, I can't see if you're on a stool though. Open up through the groin. Gentle bend into the back leg, but really press down to the blade edge of the foot. And then look at the front knee and the front toe should be in alignment. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, arms to the side. Nice full breath. Flip that front palm, reach it forward. Then let's take that reverse, slide the hand down the outside of the back leg, lift up. On your inhale, return, warrior two. Side angle, lift the right arm up as you lightly rest the left forearm on the thigh. And maybe extend it side, bicep by the ear. Also option to drop that left arm to the inside of that left knee. Deeper stretch, elbows back. Slide it back. Warrior two. Reverse it one more time. And back. Pause here for a breath. Bring the hands to the outside of your chair. Draw the front knee in first, then the left, and we'll switch sides. So over onto the opposite end of your chair. Take that right knee and foot out to the side of the chair in alignment and stretch that left leg back behind you. So as much as you can, shoulders over pelvis, the whole chair supporting that pelvis. So there's equal weight in the heel of one foot and the heel of the other. How you doing? I'm looking for some thumbs up here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead first, then drop them out to the side, gaze over the middle finger, reach the fingertips as you lower the shoulder. And as you're ready for the inhale, slide the left hand down the outer left leg and reach it up and over. As you're ready for the inhale, return, warrior two. Draw that belly in, move to your side angle. So again, here, forearm rests lightly. Left arm extends forward, up, and then overhead. Again, option, slide that arm. Great place for a block too. I'm gonna just demonstrate this. Block right inside the front foot. Extending that arm down is really good because it presses against that inner thigh, keeps the knee from rolling in. You're supported totally in the pelvis. Reach through the fingers, take the full breath. Come back easy through your warrior two. Reverse one more time. And warrior two. And down. Right knee, nice and easy. Would you draw it in with your hands, plant it in front of you, bend into the left knee, plant it in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall, take those arms up and out. Slowly lower them down to the sides. Twice more, up and down. Up and down. Bring the arms straight out in front of you. Press the heels of the hands away from you, palms away from you, beginning to open up through the wrists here. Option to deepen that stretch by using the opposite hand to draw back the fingers ever so slightly. If you're taking that option, switch sides to the other side. Let the heel of the hand press away so you feel a nice stretch into the inner wrist. Return, both palms press away from you, make a fist. Draw those knuckles in towards your inner wrist. Stretch through the top of the wrist, the top of the hands. Open up, bring the knuckles back towards you, and then back down. Soften those shoulders, notice your breath, notice your belly. So just rotate through the shoulders here. Not the shoulders, the wrist. And then we're going to take those thumbs and turn them like you're pouring out your thumbs to the side, right and left, and then pour them back in, thumbs coming in and around. So rotating again through those shoulders. The wrists are right in line with the hands and the arms. Rotate through the shoulders. This was a shoulders neck class, so we're going to end with that. Nice. Release the hands down. Shrug the shoulders up and back. Up and back. And release, and in the opposite way. Coming back to neutral, close down the eyes, sit tall, shoulders back. Again, with the nose, just draw a line straight down, tuck that chin, double chin in. 2 breaths as the weight of the head just hangs. Nice and easy. Head comes back to neutral. Take the head right, shoulders down. Pause there, 3 breaths. No effort at all. Inhale, slowly head to neutral. Draw it all the way over to the left. Three breaths. Head comes forward. Draw the prayer hands right to the heart. Close down the eyes. In gratitude for the inner wisdom that brought you to your mat today. Knowing that there is always options in yoga, whether it's an injury, whether it's an illness, whether you just need a time away from your office desk to just move through the body, to heal the body, and to just let the breath move forward through you. As it moves through you, it moves through others. Thank you for joining today. Namaste. As we start our spine and side body practice, we're going to come into child's pose, knees together. Allow the belly to drop down towards the thighs. You can rest the head on the mat or a bolster or a blanket. Slide the arms out to the side and down by the feet. Flip the palms open so they're facing the ceiling. Round the shoulders in. So as you arrive to this child's pose, maybe the first thing you notice is the constriction of the breath in the front body. So you just begin to focus on that breath.
And you allow the breath to move to the back of the lungs, into the space in the back of the ribs. And as you take the exhale, can you soften the body over the thighs? Rest the third eye center on some support and round through the shoulders. And as we arrive here into this very egg-like shape, just come into your breath first. Relaxing the breath, the inhaling expanding through the scapula, right behind the heart space. The exhaling, allowing those shoulders to just melt down towards the mat. Totally relaxed, just relaxed. Face relaxed. Yesterday we worked on a little face massage here in your child's pose, just like gravity. Draw the face muscles relaxing down towards the mat. And because this is a spine and side body class, bring your attention, your awareness to your tailbone. And as you deepen the breath in through the nose, can you begin to feel the space from the tailbone into the low back, rounding into the middle back, the space created in the upper back. Take a moment just to rock through the forehead, nice and easy, one side to the other. Loosening up a little bit through the neck, also a part of our spine. Another deep breath in to inflate those back ribs. Perhaps you notice now the breath is a little easier in the front body because you relaxed the entire body. Get 3 more breaths in. And please know this is always a beautiful place to come back to gather yourself, to gather your breath, to gather your belly. To just take a few minutes out of sometimes a very chaotic world. Just bring yourself back to center. Take one more full deep breath in here. Hold it now at the top. Feel the whole body inflate just like a balloon. And as slow as you can. Slow. Release the breath. On your next inhale, let's flip those palms over. Slide the palms out to the side and towards the top of your mat. And again, coming into now this extended child's pose. Come up on your tented fingers. So let's lift those forearms off of the mat. Crawl the fingertips as far forward as you can. Sink the hips back towards those heels. And again, bring the focus to the spine, the tailbone, all the little muscles along the spine, through the shoulders to the fingers. And again, take that full deep breath into the back body. And as you exhale the breath, walk the fingertips off the mat over to the right. So see if you can just make that rotation through the ribs so that the belly is still resting on the thighs, coming into a little bit of a side body opening. So take the breath in first. Pause the breath. Maybe reach those left fingers out a little bit further on a diagonal. Then let that breath relax. Let the chest relax. Let those shoulders melt down. Forehead lowers. 2 breaths. Right into the right or the left ribs. Breathe into the left lung. Left side of our body houses our spleen, stomach. Send a nice little breath massage all the way through the left side. One more inhale. And exhale. On your inhale, begin to walk the hands forward, again towards the top of the mat. Inch them as far forward as you can to find the extension through the back, through the shoulder joint. Big breath in. And on the exhale, we'll slowly walk those hands off the mat now to the left. Trying to keep the belly thigh connection here, reaching the right fingertips as far forward as you can. Allow the shoulders to even out. Take a breath into the right side body. A deep breath to inflate the lung, massage the liver and gallbladder. Pancreas is down there. Big breath. So it's more than a side body stretch. With the compression in the belly, the digestive organs, get a little bit of a workout as well. 2 more breaths here, please. Each exhale more relaxing than the one before. Inhale again. And exhale. Ready for the inhale, let's bring those hands back to the top of the mat. Reach those fingertips forward once again. Find all that length in the whole spine. And as you exhale, draw those hands down, plant the palms, make your way to all fours. Tabletop position, we'll stack through our joints, spread the fingers wide. Draw the belly in. Oh, I am not sorry. Draw the belly in to the spine, so you have a nice straight spine. Gazes straight down, keep the neck right in line with the spine. And you can move through some traditional cat-cows, dropping that belly and lifting the heart and the tailbone. Rounding when you're ready to exhale, tailbone, chin tucks. So again, focus on that entire length of the spine. And use your breath with each movement, nice and slow. Returning now to a neutral spine. Again, hug that belly in like you could draw it right underneath those lower ribs. Keep the hips right over the knees and walk the hands forward, coming into our heart melting pose. Again, another big stretch for the spine. Nice and long, find length. Let the exhale just sink that chest and forehead, heart down just a little bit more. And then we'll lower those forearms down to the mat, forming that number 11, very slowly, letting the hips slide down to the mat, working our way into our Sphinx pose. So in your Sphinx pose, your legs can be as wide as is comfortable for you. Spread again those fingers wide. Energetically now, as you press down into the palms and the forearms, like you could drag them towards you. Take a full deep breath and let that bring the heart, the chest, the collarbone forward, not up, but as long as you can. So there's no compression in the low back. We're going for length here. Length in the spine, length in the front body. 3 deep breaths. And then nice and slow, begin to lower the chest down to the mat. Interlace your hands behind the skull, the roundness, and send the elbows as wide as you can. As you press into the tops of the feet and as you press into the pubis bone, take a deep breath. And on your inhale, lift those elbows first out to the side, then begin to lift the chest any amount. Notice your breath. And slowly lower.
Forehead first, then the shoulders. So we always think about spine and side body stretching. We also need to remember strengthening. So this is big. We take little movements here. As you're ready for the in-breath, lift the elbows, send them wide. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, forehead first, elbows second. Shimmy the hips. We're going to take 2 more. Doesn't matter how high you go. Your hands are not forcing this movement. You're using all of your back muscles. So just, even if it's just a millimeter, here we go. Take a breath. Lift the elbows, send them wide. Notice as you're pulling your fingers apart here too. Inhale, lifts the chest. Take a breath. Exhale, let it go. One more. It helps to press into the feet, hips and the hips, lift up and lower. Release the clasp. Allow the head to just turn to one side. Shimmy the hips, bring the arms beside the body, palms up, just like we did in our child's pose. Bringing the forehead back to center. Bring the hands to the sacrum, interlace, and squeeze the palms together. Maybe straighten the arms. If this isn't available for you, just grab your forearms. Same thing. We're going to lift those forearms or arms off of the body as you're ready for the breath. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Shoulders should already be off the mat with this pose. And lower down. 4 more. Use your breath. Press into the feet and the tailbone. Inhale, lifts. And exhale, lower. On your own now. And as you finish, release the clasp. Arms beside the body. Turn to the other cheek. Arms, palms up. Shoulders round in. Come back to your breath. Such a little movement, such hard work, right? Deep breath in. Slide the hands now underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Press your way up and back to table. Let's rinse that out with a couple cat and cows. Nice and slow now. You've just used those muscles. So as you round, notice the difference than when you just took your cat pose prior to the spine strengthening. Begin to take any movement now that feels good, maybe wagging the tail, bring some movement, circling the torso, sending one leg back. Whatever feels good in your body. Then we're going to bring the big toe mounts together. We're going to let the knees go wide. Sink those hips back as far as you can, ending in a wide knee child's pose. So here, plenty of room for the torso to rest between the thighs. Maybe stack the palms one on the other, let the elbows be wide. And we'll just rest the forehead on the pillow of the hands. Come back to your breath. Here, make it a 360-degree breath. Not just front body or back body, but side body. Make the breath big as you inhale. Make it slow as you exhale. 3 more breaths, trying to get the exhales twice as long as the inhales. And this, my friend, is where I'll leave you this morning. Spend some extra time with yourself. And whatever you do today, make it a great day. You're not going to get it back. Love you. Namaste.
Onto our backs, support underneath the shoulder blades, support underneath the head. Bring the feet wide on your mat. Not worried about the hips. And so let the knees just rest in on each other. Take a moment with that support, lifting up your thoracic spine to feel length across the collarbone, to feel length as you interlace behind the head, maybe, to just feel into the pecs, into the biceps, all the way down to the elbow. So just take a moment, come into your breath, come into your practice, come into setting the tone for your day. Close down the eyes. And then just notice, pull the pelvis. We call it Mula Bandha. We can talk about that at another time. But as you draw that pelvis in towards those low ribs, almost like you could just tuck the belly, everything in. Draw that in. Feel the weight of the hips. And then nice and easy, take the block out from underneath the head and replace it with interlaced fingers. Elbows are wide. How high is your towel or bolster underneath the shoulders? Take a moment here. Take a deep breath. If the breath catches, adjust yourself. And if that block or bolster doesn't work at all, just set it to the side. It's not that important. So take a full breath. And then release the hands. Just bring the heels of the hands now to the hip crease. So we're just going to heel toe the feet to center, parallel, hip distance apart. As you draw that belly in and up, begin now to exhale and slide the fingers towards the knees. So this is just our check-in, lifting up those shoulders off of the mat, reaching for those knees, and then slowly lowering back. So making any adjustments before we begin, just check in. Fingers slide towards the knees, chin tucks, and then lower back down. Take 3 more on your own. Big breath to bring in all of the belly to the spine, gather it in, and then take that breath, exhale as you bring that hip point closer to that floater rib, and then back down. Okay, any adjustments? Let's begin. Remember now, and you can use a hand towel as a hammock for your head. You don't have to interlace with the hands. So no pulling on the head, no pulling on the neck. Gaze towards the ceiling. Great. All right, shoulders relaxed, elbows are up. Draw the breath in, gather the belly in, and as you're ready, inhale halfway and exhale, curl towards your knees. Come back down halfway on the inhale, and on your exhale, release everything down. So with breath, with movement here, inhale halfway and exhale, round it in. Come back halfway and lower down. The head just rests in the hands, not pulling. Inhale, belly in, halfway up. Draw everything to center and then lower. Take 4 more on your own. Each movement, 4 parts of a breath. So we inhale and we come up. And we curl in on the exhale. And we come back on the inhale. And we relax on the exhale. 3 more. Last one here is you come down, open up the elbows, take a moment, maybe windshield wiper out the knees. And then coming back, again, option to move on, option to stay just exactly how we just did it. I'm going to bring elbow to knee because it's fun, right? All right, big breath in, belly comes in, support that spine, elbows up. Inhale, halfway, exhale. Knee comes, shoulder, elbow meets, Or comes close and come back down. Inhale, half. Twist on the exhale. Come back halfway and lower. Take 3. So the knee, we don't want past the hip point. We want to pick up that upper body work, that the muscles under the sternum here. Remembering, when we do core, it's so easy to hold our breath, but send that breath deep into the body. Last one. And release down, open up the elbows. Just take a moment here, big breath. So as we take these pauses, let the belly soften, let the ribs kind of expand, 3-dimensional out to the sides and around the back. Roll over onto the back body, remove your towel from underneath the shoulders, take a nice big body stretch. Any movement here. And then we'll come back to tabletop legs. So draw the knees just above the hip points. Again, I always say you can hold on to the side of your mat. It's nice leverage. Spine is supported by your mat. Belly is supporting your spine. Just a couple heel taps here. So again, soften the whole upper body, soften the face, and use your breath as you drop left heel. Inhale slowly to bring it up. And then right. Just alternate, nice and easy. You'll hear me saying, I like to bring my fingertips right to the space between my hip points. Because as I center my breath, I center my focus, and I can feel the contractions deep in the low belly. Take about 3 or 4 more each side. Again, if you're feeling it in your low back, suck that belly down towards your spine. You want that back nice and supported. And then we'll pause back in table and draw the knees into the chest. As you squeeze them in, let that tailbone ride with you. Okay, so you're curling into the low back. And then come back to tabletop legs. Extend the legs to the ceiling. So again, this is option 2. You can stay with the tabletop. Alternating heel drops. Watch your low back, draw the belly in with the breath. As you're ready, inhale, belly in. Slowly lower. Tap one heel down, or whatever amount, and then inhale to pull it up. Alternate second side. Use your breath, it's so important here. Two more each side. Slow, controlled movements with breath. As you finish, legs up the wall, bend the knees, draw them in, curl the tailbone in with you. Feel that stretch. Re-extend the legs. I only drop this now 1/3 of the way because I take it in my low back. But if you bring both legs together, calves together, thighs together, one leg together, take the inhale, belly comes in, lower slowly, heels towards the mat, and then draw them back in with the in-breath. Lower down and draw up. Last time. Lower down, maybe hold here. So you're supported. We could be in boat pose. We could be balancing on our sit bones doing the same. Yeah, right. Take the breath. Draw the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. And because we're not going to do plank, because we aren't going to do pass the block,
Drop the feet down as you come into what you would think as a bridge pose. Lift the hips just to get a nice stretch here from the knees to the hip points to the shoulders. Stretch out the whole front line of the body, stretch out the whole back line of the body. So we worked upper and lower. We're going into the center here. Use your breath, and we're going to do it slow. Lower the hips down to the mat. As you arrive down on the mat, feel the entire spine, feel the level of the hips supported on your mat. Pick up that right knee, cross it over the left. Your choice. You can just squeeze in the thighs, squeeze in the calves, or you can double bind into eagle legs. Let those feet rest at the bottom of your mat. Good. Arms extend out to the side, nice and wide. Take the breath first. Feel all the space along your collarbone, through the arms to the fingers. Then take that right arm underneath the left, so you crisscross at the shoulders. Your choice again. Just bring the hands to the shoulders and hug yourself in, or squeeze forearms, or bind here, eagle arms, right? Take the arms overhead, rest the fingers. So we come to this starting point first. I want you, number one, to feel the space between the shoulder blades. Number two, I want you to draw the breath in, gather the belly in, feel the heaviness of the hips. And then as we're ready and we have everything nice and solid, on your exhale, pull it up. Elbows towards the knees. Concentrate on just lifting shoulder blades and head off of that. Slowly lower. Big breath in, gather the belly, exhale, pulls it up. And then belly in. Exhale, draws in. Lower down. One more. Hold it here now. Mr. McEwen has entered the room, which tells me we are 3 minutes and counting. Take 3 full breaths here. Hold it in, tuck in, belly in, breath flows. 3 more. Slowly release, unravel. Feet wide on your mat, arms out to a T. Take a windshield wiper with the legs. Wash it out. Heel toe those feet back to center. Hip distance apart. Left knee will cross over the right. You take the option whether you double bind. Send those toes down to the mat. Left arm's going to cross underneath the right. Hug into the back of the shoulders. That's really nice. Or squeeze the forearms, or take the bind at the wrist. Good. Allow the arms come overhead. Begin to feel now into the back body, space between the shoulder blades. Draw the deep breath in so you can feel there's no arch now. We're drawing that belly in so the spine is nice and flat on the mat. And as you exhale all the air out, pick it up, meet at center or close to. Inhale, relax down. We're going to take 4, nice and slow. Exhale all the air out as you bring the elbows and the knees toward each other. Inhale, full breath as you relax down. 2 more. Use your breath. And on this last one, as you pick it all up and draw it all in, pause there. We'll hold for a breath. Take a deep breath in and slow breath out. One more inhale. And on your exhale, let the toes come down, let the fingertips come down. Unravel the arms back out, cactus them this time. Unravel the knees. Again, take the feet wide. Enjoy a windshield wiper, one side to the other. Heel toe the feet back to center. Draw the knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Nice tight hug here. Again, tailbone rides with you. Don't keep it on the mat. Enjoy that back stretch. Maybe the forearms clasp over the shins. Maybe again, last time, pick up the shoulders, pick up the head. Nice tight ball. And then when you're ready, we're going to release down. We're going to open up, arms wide, feet towards the bottom of the mat. Just let the ankles relax, the feet flop open, arms flop open. Pick up the chest just a bit though to squeeze the shoulder blades underneath you. Notice how that drops the shoulder tips down. Open the mouth wide, release the jaw, release the tongue. Relax the face muscles. Relax the belly. You guys stay as long as you can. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to try for an hour flow tomorrow, just because Friday and Monday we're off. So stay here, enjoy, and I'll see you then. Namaste.
So gather something to lift up your heart. We're going to start on our backs like we do, just that offering of the heart to the universe, whatever prayers, whatever's in there. This is our time, right? So I have my rolled up towel and I have a block for my head. So come on down, give yourself some space. I'm going to bring my soles of my feet together just to open up my hips, because this is a hips and hammies 20-minute practice, but we're going to turn it into a 60-minute. So I will cue you at the end of 20 minutes. So if you need to leave, just shut the device off and spend a few moments in Shavasana with yourself and your breath. But we'll continue on with the flow for 60 minutes. So as you come down, whatever position, feet wide, knees together, soles together, whatever you need, hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. And with this lift in your heart, take a moment, notice your shoulders. Physically, notice your shoulders and just let them, there's a lot of space for them to squeeze the shoulder blades underneath the chest and let the shoulder tips fall down. The block on any level so that your chin is not pointing up into the ceiling. It's kind of tucked in so you have some room in the back of the neck. As you feel the breath move through the body, through the palms, let's set a group intention here. This is a big weekend. It's Father's Day. It's all my girls here, Sherry being one, leaving for Greece for a yoga retreat. I'm going to celebrate my mom's 90th. Take a breath. Let it all sink in. And then as you release the breath flow, just send it out to the universe. It touches every single one of us. So whatever the intention, whatever the weekend, whatever the celebration of just life, breathe it in through the nose, deep. And then all of us just sigh it out. It's there for us all. And I said it earlier, it's a cliche, I guess. We all hear it. It's not a workout, yoga. It's a work in. This is our time with ourselves to explore, celebrate, sometimes to suffer, but it's our time. So you take what you need and know this. This 60-minute practice is my favorite routine, my favorite sequence to do. So I share it with you with love and gratitude. Full deep breath in. Slow breath out. If you are in butterfly pose, use your hands, bring the knees together at center. If you're in constructive rest, just heel toe the feet in so the knees come together, drop over to one side, and remove whatever you're using underneath you. Come down to the full support of Mother Earth, your mat, your practice. Take a big stretch, fingers to the toes. And feel it in the shoulders, feel it. Maybe you did abs with me yesterday. Maybe you feel it into the whole torso. Maybe you did on Tuesday's practice, the psoas. Just stretch and notice what you notice. And then draw everything into your heart center. Knees come in, wrap your arms around, give yourself a hug, and just rock side to side. Just like you would hug in a child. Give yourself all the love and nourishment that you would give that child because you deserve it. And then let's plant the feet like we're coming into a bridge position, but we're not. Just bend the knees, plant the feet, parallel hip distance apart, and draw the right knee into the chest. And just notice here, just beginning to open up through the hips. Maybe you send the left leg long. Maybe you hover that left leg like an inch or two off of the mat. It's not necessary. Drop the heel. If you drop the heel, press the heel away so that you get all that activation into the left leg. If it's there for you, hover it. So begin to draw in the core, draw in the belly, make sure the spine is supported. And as you draw the right knee into the chest, can you lift the chest and shoulders up? And almost like you could kiss the knee, draw in the body. And then relax everything down with the in-breath and switch sides. So again, the knee can hover. You can drop that right heel wherever you are. Maybe you pick up and squeeze in so that the shoulders and the head come off the mat. And just take about 3 each side. Wake up the core. Bring some movement into the hips. That's our focus today, is hips and hammies. Flex through the feet, spread the toes. As you interlace around the shins, this is for my barb. I always think about this now. Pay attention to the interlace and spread the fingers and the joints of the hand. A couple more times. And then lay everything down. Bring the feet down, feet wide on your mat. And let's just windshield wiper here. Just as you drop one knee, internally rotating through one hip, feel the stretch through the quad. And as you drop over to the other, notice here the hip, the quad as the knee drops. Just notice sensation and feel what you feel. Walk the feet back into center and draw the right knee back into the chest. Squeeze it into the side body here, to the outside of the ribs towards that right shoulder, and lift the left leg to the ceiling. So it doesn't have to come straight. Just keep it right over the hip point so that you drop that femur right into the hip joint here. Squeeze the right knee in, but look over at those left toes, spread them wide, and then draw them in, and spread them wide again, and draw them in. So just move into your toe joints here. Maybe you take that big toe out towards your face as you draw the other toes away. Just play with the foot, circle through the ankle, and point and flex. Bring some movement here. Any of those options. And as you soften those shoulders down, and you soften your face, and you soften your belly, and draw it in underneath the ribs, flex that left foot, and as slow as you can. Slow, slow, slow. Draw that leg down towards your mat. No hurry here. I want you to feel as it comes about halfway, the quads have to engage. The hip flexor has to engage. And all of a sudden, oh my God, there's my belly. And then the heel drops. And we press the heel away and we bring strength into that left leg. Drawing the right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Again, re-soften. Squeeze your shoulder blades underneath your chest here. No work in the upper body. And then interlace behind that right hamstring and raise the right leg to the ceiling. Again, if you'll notice me, my leg's bent. This is early. It's early here. It's not Florida time. Anyway, it's not West Coast either. They're even earlier. Draw the thigh in towards the chest. And then let it go back to that neutral position right over the hip joint. And then draw it in again. So just take a couple sweeps just to begin to warm up through the glutes, the hip, and the hamstring. And the next time you draw that thigh in, maybe you walk your hands just to the calf. Keep the knee bent if you need to. It doesn't matter. Draw it in. Deepen the stretch, deepen your breath. And then bend into that right knee, and maybe you reach for the outside of the right foot and find that half happy baby. So draw that knee down towards your outer ribs. Soften those shoulders. I can see your faces here. So let's see a little bit of a relaxing through the jaw, relaxing through the eyes. Draw it down and just breathe. And then take a nice little bend into that left knee, plant the left foot, and let's just draw the right ankle across to the thigh. Just take a figure 4. We're not going anywhere. And again, I like to encourage you not to use your hands. Use your mind to talk to your body, to send that knee away from you towards the back of your mat. And as you do that, notice what you notice. Feel what you feel. Open up that hip. Without the use of hands, I had Jill in my class who has broken lots of pins in her wrist on Tuesday. We did a no hands from here. And Sherry, give her a big hug for me when you see her increase. Draw those hips. Shin comes into the chest. No hands, Mom. Feet are flexed. Everything comes in. The belly is in. The spine is nice and long on the mat. We're not forcing. We're not pulling. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath here. And then slowly we'll return the left foot to the mat. We'll take that whole leg stretcher right over to the right. Just for a little stretch here, to the outside from the hip to the left knee. Use the weight of the right ankle to draw that left knee down. And slide that left foot down towards the bottom of your mat if you need more space. And then if you want a 2 for 1, because this normally is a 20-minute class, extend the left arm overhead. Stretch, hip, shoulder, shoulder, fingers, hips to knee. Enjoy 2 breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. One more, draw it in and let it go slow. Arms come down beside the body, your cactus, whatever you're using. Draw your core in so you can pick up the knees back to center, unravel, bring yourself into a nice hug. Again, with this hug, as you hug the shins in close, let that tailbone round up with you. So again, you feel a little bit of a stretch here through the very, very low back. And then we'll switch sides. We're going to hold that left knee in, extend the right leg up. Any amount of bend into the knee. Heel goes towards the ceiling, toes come towards your face. Take a moment here. Soften the shoulders and the jaw again. Point and flex, bring some movement into the right ankle, all the joints of the toes again. See, play with that big toe. See if you can get that big toe way out to the side and the little toe. Just make it kind of fun. And as you point and flex, notice the top of the foot, notice the ankle, the Achilles, and then take a twirl, one or two, around the ankle. Take a nice deep breath in, recheck the whole upper body. No wasted effort here, right? Everything's soft. Flex the foot, nice and slow. Right leg descends as slow as you can go. And as your foot comes down slowly, notice what has to happen in your whole body to allow the weight of that leg to come down to the mat. The quad, the psoas, the hips, the belly. When that heel hits the mat, press it into your mat and away. So engage that whole right leg. Take a full breath and come over to the left hip here. Hug it back in. Take a little rock, maybe side to side. And then let's interlace behind the left hamstring, and as slow as you can. It's early. Do not make this, like a too fast. Heel goes towards the ceiling. My left side's tighter, so I have more of a bend, and that's fine. I want to come to the point of sensation. I do not want to overstretch this. And then draw the thigh into the chest. And release that thigh so it comes back to neutral, sinks into the hip, and then bring it back. So for some of us, sometimes stillness is better, so you can hug it in and just breathe there. For some of us, coaxing that muscle back and forth. So you choose, it's your practice. Begin to open up the left hip, hamstring. And then wherever you are, when you take that nice deep breath in, draw the thigh in close and walk the hands maybe to the calf. No tension in the shoulders. A nice stretch maybe, but no tension. Let those shoulders drop back. And then bend into that left knee. So we begin to find that half happy baby on this side, that half squat. So maybe the hand comes to the blade edge of the foot. Maybe you just wrap that forearm around the knee crease and draw it down. Wherever you are, I want you to notice your breath. I want you to relax any place that you feel any tightness or clenching that you're holding. And draw a full deep breath in. And as you exhale slowly, let it all melt down into your mat. Big breath in. And slow breath out. Take a bend into that right knee and plant the right foot by the sit bone. Draw the left ankle across the body to rest on the right thigh. Flex through that left foot. And again, without the use of hands here, we do this all the time. You've all practiced with me. Tell your mind, travel through your body, send that knee, left knee away towards the bottom of your mat. Just begin to open up that whole left hip from the front, wrapping around the side to the back. The foot is flexed. Upper body at rest. Draw in the belly, and when you're ready, use your core now. Pick up the whole leg structure without hands. Bring it in. Both feet flexed. Soften where you can soften. And then just notice, where do I feel this? And what can I do to make it feel better or to just ease into the pose? Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Plant the right foot nice and easy back on the mat. Draw the belly in. Let the legs fall left. Left ankle riding outside of the right thigh. Slide that right foot down if you need more space so you can draw the knees closer to the mat. Take a breath. And maybe here, that 2 for 1, right arm extends overhead on the back of the hand. Reach through the fingers. Get long, knee, hip, hip, ribs, ribs, shoulder, shoulder, fingers. Reach. Take the full breath in. And as you exhale, soften everything down. Release the right arm back into your cactus or your T or wherever you had your arms. Take a breath. And then as you're ready, use your core. Draw the knees back up. Release that left ankle. Draw the knees into the chest. Again, roll the tailbone with you. Then flatten out the spine. Bring your hands to the top of the knees lightly. Send the knees right and left. So big wide angle here. Open up the whole inner thighs. Hold here. Slide your hands down the shins, maybe to your ankles, and see if you could like a floating cobbler pose here. Just draw the feet in. Use the elbows to press the inner thighs away. So if you're practicing for Malasana, squat pose, settle into here. Feel the space you're creating and then settle. Let the body rest there. Big breath. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to find full happy baby here. So if your hands are on the outside of the foot, just raise the soles of the feet to the ceiling. If again, using the forearms, clasping wrists and dragging the forearms towards your chest with your knees, find that option. Wherever you are, find your happy baby. And just like a happy baby, put a smile on your face, right? And then begin to rock. Because that happy baby, this is how they learn how to turn over, right? So as they rock side to side, and my little, what is he going to be? My grandnephew is now 1 week old. So as you're rocking side to side, we're just going to rock over towards that left outer thigh. Let the whole body, yeah, we're going all the way over to the side body. The feet are still in happy baby pose. Use your core now, Bright, bring it back up to center. Momentum helps. Take it to the right. So the outer right thigh comes down to the floor. Big inhale, we pull it back up to center. So you take a couple sweeps here. This isn't easy, but take the legs all the way over and back. It's easier than past the block. And it's easier than eagle crunch. One more time this side. And then for those of you who are here just for the 20-minute practice, we'll be leaving you here. So as we all come back, full happy baby here, draw the knees down towards the outer ribs. Take a big breath in. Bring the soles of the feet together above your head. And then let those heels begin to come down towards the hips. We're going to release the hands. Bring the hands to cactus here and let the feet fall blade edge of the foot to the mat. Big breath in. With your arms in cactus goalpost, if you're not used to cactus. Open the chest. Sink into the hips, maybe a little bit of a tilt into the pelvis here. We're going to take 3 breaths. And if your practice today ends here, please pause your device. Spend the next few moments in a Shavasana with yourself. In honor of our fathers, in honor of all of our blessings that are about to be bestowed on us this week. Let's all take a collective breath in the nose, sigh it out the mouth. One more breath. And bring the arms, just sweep them slowly down towards the hips, to the outer thighs. Bring the knees together. Roll to one side. And we'll make our way to tabletop all fours. So as you come to all fours, stack your joints, spread your fingers wide. Draw that belly, Mula Bandha here. Bring it in and up. Look between your knees. You can't see your feet, right? They're directly behind the knees. Everything is stacked. Draw the breath in as you lift the heart and the tailbone. Belly drops. And then round it all in. Tailbone, chin comes in. Find the space between the shoulder blades. And inhaling fully. Expand through the belly. Arch the spine. 2 more on your own. And the next 2 movements, as we come back to that neutral table, I want you to find sway the hips, circle the torso, find your movement that feels good in your body. Just explore little areas that, oh, I didn't know that was there, and I didn't know that was there. Just see if you can use the breath. And as I said at the beginning, maybe we weren't recording then, but this is my most favorite practice. So everybody asks me, what do you like to do? Sink the hips back just for a moment, as far back as you can, and extend the fingers forward. And begin to feel from the tailbone through each of the vertebrae. Use your breath to make space here. Let the shoulders, the soft tissue under the arms fall. Let those fingers inch forward so we begin to open up through the shoulders. Draw the breath into the whole back body, outer ribs, the back of the lungs. Take a full breath. And as you release the breath, release the body, release the mind, release everything to the mat here. This is our practice. Full breath in. Slow breath out. And with our in-breath, we're going to draw ourselves back. Round the spine up. Come back to your table. So belly draws in. We have a park-like spine. So there's no sway, there's no sag, there's no rounding. Nice straight spine. With the hands, fingers spread wide. Send that right foot back behind you to rest on the ball of the foot. As you arrive here, draw the belly in again. Get nice and tight in your core. Send the heel away. As you send the heel away, notice what you notice. What's opening up here? The calves, the Achilles. Take a breath and then roll up onto the tippy toes. and then send the heel back. So move with your breath. Come up onto the toes, and then slide that heel back behind you. Move slow with intention. Move slow with breath. Next time the heel is back, hold it there, please. Press it as far back just to begin to feel some length in the calf, not overdoing it. Deep breath. And then as you roll back onto the ball of the foot, flip over onto the top of the foot and press down lightly into the top of your foot. So nice stretch here through the front of the ankle, the top of the foot. And then roll back over the toes. And if you do a vinyasa practice, this is a great prep because we roll over our toes from up dog back to down dog. So take a couple sweeps here, whatever you need. And it is a hips and hammies class, but I want you all of a sudden to notice your wrists, because as you come forward, you're beginning to stretch the inner wrist. So again, notice where you feel this. Next time the heel is back, press it back again, and then rotate that heel down. So the foot comes down flat onto the mat. Swivel the left shin off the mat to the side. Left hand comes right underneath the face. You press into that left palm and open yourself up to the right. Beautiful. I'm watching every one of these. Fingers reach towards the ceiling, press down through the palms, open up through the chest. Where's your breath? Take a nice, big, deep breath. And as you exhale the breath, maybe we extend that arm overhead, bicep by the ear, and we become this nice long line from the fingers to the heel. Press down into the heel, reach to the fingers, send that top elbow back. Take a full breath, big breath in, and let it go. Hand re-extends back to the ceiling as we stack through the shoulders, and then we're going to take that half bind. So bend into the top elbow, bring the hand behind the body. Back of the hand rests at the sacrum, or maybe we slide it over towards the opposite waist, and then use that to open up the chest just a little bit more. So option to stay right here. This is huge, right? Breathe into it. Or if you want to test some balance, maybe we float the right leg out directly from the hip. We press through that heel for stability. Foot is flexed. Take a breath. Option to go a little deeper, and it's just an option. Bend into that top leg. Reach back for the the inner edge of your big toe. Press the foot into the hand into the foot. Big opening through the chest. Wherever you are, my friends, use your breath. Big breath in, slow breath out. As we release, we're going to come back the same way you went in. So if you have the foot, release the foot. If you have the bind, release the bind. Arm re-extends up to the ceiling, heel presses down. Take a little circle with that arm. Let's just work into the shoulder here, big circle. Down towards the hip, up towards the head, up towards the heavens, and around. Take it the opposite way. Slow as you can. Feel into your shoulders. And then bring it all back to your table. Restack, spread the fingers. Enjoy a couple cat-cows here. Wash out the spine. Press into the palms as you round. And again, with breath, chest lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, we round the shoulder blades, breathe into the back of the heart. And then come back to that neutral table. You stay where you are. I'm just going to flip around so that the camera's got this side. Good. And from here, extend the left leg back behind you. Rest on the ball of the foot. Good. So as you press the heel away,
Number one, before we even go there, tuck that belly in. Spine is nice and straight, no sag. We're not sagging down. The shoulders press into those palms. Everything active in the top body. Then send the heel away. And as you send the heel away, begin to lengthen through the calf, the ankle, the Achilles. Then bring in some movement with breath. So come up onto the tippy toes. Send the heel away. Up onto the tippies. Send the heel away. Mindful movements. Every time you make a movement, I want you to say, what do I feel? How do I feel it? Next time the heel is back, pause there. Draw that belly in, press through the palms. Begin to lengthen through the calf, the ankle, the Achilles. Big breath in. And as you exhale the breath, bring the toes to the tippies and flip the left foot over onto the top of the foot. So we just press lightly. This is a big move. Opening up the front of the ankle. How many times in the day can you stretch that front of the ankle and the top of the foot like this? We don't. So just pause here and breathe. And as you're ready, just come back over and just take that movement now. Just rinse it out. Toes, heels. Toes and heels. Breath is flowing. Next time the heel is back, pause there. Here we're going to go into that modified side plank. So drop that heel down towards the mat. That is, you press into the heel. Swivel the right shin now off the mat to the side. Right hand comes right underneath the face. Open up here to the left. So bring the chest open. Let the arm flow towards the ceiling. Stack through the shoulders. Open up here. Press through that bottom palm. Reach through those top fingers. Maybe the gaze is up. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's down. Maybe it's towards your device. Who knows? Breathe. Big breath. Maybe with that breath, we begin to extend that arm overhead, reaching from the fingers to the heel. Bicep by the ear. Big side stretch. Take the breath. And then re-extend the arm back to the ceiling. Again, press through the bottom palm, reach through the fingers, and then bend that elbow. Take that half bind. Wherever serves you, press the back of the hand into the body. Bring those hips in line. We want the hips, knees, and heel kind of like in one line here. Bring it all in. Big breath. Now your choice. You just stay right here and breathe. Or maybe you lift the left leg straight out of the hip. Press through that heel. So a little bit of balance, a lot of core work here, right? So breathe, breathe, breathe. And then maybe bend into that top knee and reach back for the foot and let that foot press into the hand to open the chest, the heart a little deeper. Breath is your key. Notice your breath. Big breath in. Press the foot into the hand into the foot. Open up the shoulders. And then wherever you are, we're going to come out the same way. So if you've got the foot, release gently. Send it back. Arm re-extends to the ceiling as we reach fingertips to fingertips. And then circle 3 times. Big circles, nice and slow through the shoulder here. Forward, up, back towards the hip. Notice your breath. And as you finish the last one, we will return to tabletop. Stacking the joints. Deep breath in, belly flows in towards the spine. Lift the tailbone, it's the heart. Exhale, round it all in. Tuck the chin, find length in the neck. 2 more. Whatever feels good in your spine, any movement. And then come back. Neutral table. Neutral table, belly in. Walk the hands about a handprint in front of you. So just a little bit. And then shift the hips slightly forward. So you're coming into like a knee plank. So again, we want the shoulders over the wrists. Nice slope from the knees to the shoulders. Draw the belly in. Just for a moment here, lift the feet up. Take a little circle through those ankles. Sherry's going, what are we doing here? Point and flex. Just bring some movement into the ankles. Good. Because that's going to feel good compared to what we're about to do. And then drop the balls of the feet back down. Draw the belly in. Press into your palms here and look a little straight ahead. And keeping those elbows in, take a deep breath in, belly draws in. We're going to come down halfway, nice and easy. And with your breath out, you're going to press into the palms and come back up. So we're going to take 6. That was 1. So elbows in, belly in, lower down halfway, and then press up on your own. No one's watching. Notice your breath. Last one. Press up. As you press up, sink the hips back towards the heels. Knees together now, not away. Let's keep knees together, hips to heels. Walk the fingertips forward. So we're rounding through the spine now. This is a stretch from the tailbone for the low back and the mid back. And as you inch the fingers forward, a stretch through the shoulders, shoulder blades, and the arms. Full breath in. And then join me, flip the palms over. Draw the thumb into the center of the palms and surround it with the other 4 fingers. So the whole body now is at rest. Without moving any part of the body, bring your focus to your wrist and draw those knuckles in towards the inner wrist. And then relax them down, back of the hand to the mat. Again, deep breath in, draw those knuckles towards you. And release back down. Next time you have those knuckles up towards you, maybe circle them out to the sides, down and around. So you bring the knuckles together like a fist bump. Like if we were doing our prayer, we've all done this before where we have our prayer and we circle through the wrist. This is with your knuckles here. So fist bump and circle. Like you were pouring water out to the side. Just feel into the wrist. And reverse whatever movement you're doing, take it the opposite way. And then return the palms to the mat, spread the fingers wide. And then nice and slow, drag the palms as slow as you can out to the side body, down towards your feet. Flip over onto the back of the hand. Let the hands maybe cup around the heels. So you begin to form this nice circle. Your energy from the hands to the feet, circling out to the elbows, through the chest and the heart. Let the shoulders melt. Let the spine round and relax on top of the thighs. Let the elbows just fall to the side. Couple breaths. Maybe you massage the third eye center. Wherever you are, I'd like you to let the body just totally relax. And in your mind's eye, I want you to imprint this, because there are times we need to come to a child's pose and just be with our breath. So remember this. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Release the feet or the heels if you have them. Bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers and press your way up. Just the torso. Tuck the toes under. Yeah, we're going to have to do intensive toe just for a second. So options here. Toes are tucked, even the little pinky. You probably can't see mine. Okay, so the hands can stay down so you don't bear the full weight of the body on the toes. Maybe you walk the hands to the thighs. A little bit more weight, you decide. This is your practice. You would decide the intensity. Maybe here, as you relax with the breath, you bring the hands to prayer. You soften the shoulders and you close down the eyes and you breathe through the intensity. And if there's ever a practice where you take it off the mat, this is it. Breathe through intense times. One more breath in. A slow breath out. Bring the hands down to the mat if they're not already there. Untuck the toes and just give them a little paddle out. We're going to take a counter stretch here. So depending on the health of your ankles, if you've had any injuries, I would ask you to bypass this and just flatten the feet and come down to sit. But as you come down to sit, maybe we walk our fingertips back behind us, behind our body. We press into the fingertips and we lift the chest. So again, our 3 for 1 here. We're getting a shoulder opening. We're getting a chest opening. Maybe you raise the right knee. And as you raise the right knee from the toenails through the top of the foot, the top of the ankle, feel the stretch. Exhale, release that leg down. Maybe you lift the left. Again, same stretch, different side of the body, could feel totally different. Breathe in, press into those fingertips, lift the chest, open up through the shoulders, and then release down. And if you're with me here, maybe both come up. It's not necessary. Keep the chest expanding, keep the shoulders opening. And if you want to take it further, you walk the fingers back towards the side body. Maybe a hand rests on one thigh or the other. Maybe you close down the eyes. Maybe you bring again the hands to heart. And you pause. And you say, I've got this. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. Release gently. Knees down to the mat. Hands down to the mat. Retuck the toes. We're going to find a forward fold at the back of the mat. So press into your hands, lift your hips. Send the feet maybe hip distance, or you can keep them together. Knees can be bent, belly resting on the thighs, the head and the arms dangle. So nothing to hold up here. The feet supported by Mother Earth, the belly supported by your thighs. Let the whole body hang. Lift the hips maybe a little higher. You're supported here. And just begin to breathe into the natural traction of the spine. Full breath in. And slow breath out. One more inhale. And exhale, let it all go. You can make some swaying movements now, maybe side to side. Again, anything that feels good in your body. And then we'll draw back to center. We're going to bend the knees deeply and we're going to press into the feet. And just like a rag doll, we're just going to roll ourselves up to stand. Good. And as you come up to stand, I'm going to adjust my camera, but I want you to bring those shoulders up to your ears and down onto your back body. I want you to roll the shoulders now 2 or 3 times, one direction and the other. Don't let me make you dizzy by changing the camera angle. So up, squeeze them up towards the ears, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back like you could squeeze a ball, and then down. And then reverse that. So bring it up, and then this time as you squeeze, you're opening up the back, and then you're dropping. So up by the ears, forward to find space in the scapula, and then back. Last time. Arms beside the body. Big inhale. Let's lift the arms up to the ceiling. Reach up. Maybe the gaze goes up. Maybe there's a back bend here. Maybe not. Come back up. Right hand's going to reach for the left wrist. Take that left arm as high as you can. Then drop it over to the right. So nice lateral bend here. Elbows back. Chest is lifted. Heart reaching forward. Inhale back to center. Switch it up. Send that right fingertips to the ceiling and take it over. And inhale back to center. Switch again. Left fingertips, take it over. Now we're going to deepen this. So elbows back, release the wrists, cup the elbows. Head goes back into the box, and then let the weight of the elbows deepen the stretch. Keep a micro bend into the knees. Find your breath. Big breath in. Slow breath out. On your next inhale, rise up, reach, 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 extend. Left hand reaches for the right wrist, right fingertips towards the ceiling. Find the length. Take it over to the left. Big breath. Release the wrists, cup the elbows. Put the head back into the safety of the box and let the weight of the elbows now draw you down. Chest lifts. Elbows, we're not collapsing down. Lift it up. And then when you're ready for the in-breath, send it back up, reach up nice and tall. Take the arms slowly down to the side body. Interlace behind the back. If you can't interlace, hold on to your forearms, right? Wherever you are, squeeze those shoulder blades in, send the arms away from the body, and then head and chest are going to stay up. We're going to forward fold. Bend deeply into your knees and begin just like here's your half lift. The spine is still nice and long, and then drop the head. Crown of the head comes down towards your mat. The knuckles go up towards the ceiling first to open up through the shoulder joint, then let them fall wherever they want to fall over the head. Big breath in here. And slow breath out. Again, raise the knuckles or the elbows, whatever you're holding on to, towards the ceiling. Open up through the shoulders, then let it fall over your head. Let it go. And just like we came into it, press into your feet, bend your knees down, belly rests on the thighs. The hands start to come down towards the hips. The spine is nice and straight as we begin to rise up. Send the fists, the arms away from you. Open up your chest. And then nice and slow, Tadasana. Arms beside the body. Shoulders soft, belly in. Close down the eyes. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow your head. So much to be grateful for. What's your gratitude practice today? Who's in your heart? Who's in your mind? Whatever you do this weekend, my friends, just enjoy every bit. I'll see you Tuesday.